Well, hey there moviegoers, it's Alex again with another edition of Talkies. This week I'd like to talk to you guys about Rio. Rio is the new animated adventure film, rated G, directed by Carlos Saldana, and starring Jesse Eisenberg, Anne Hathaway, George Lopez, Jermaine Clement, will.i.am, and Jamie Foxx. The film follows the last two blue macaws on Earth. When brought together in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, they're kidnapped and chained together. So the two have to figure out how to A. Become unchained, B. Find their respective ways home, and C. Avoid a bitter, evil cockatoo who's trying to bring them back to the smugglers who kidnapped them in the first place. The first in the voice cast is Jesse Eisenberg, who was recently nominated for an Oscar for his work on The Social Network. Eisenberg voices the sheltered and sensitive Blue. I was really impressed with the vocal range that Eisenberg displayed in this character. His usual roles are fairly monotone, and a lot of the performance comes out in his body language. So I wasn't expecting a lot of great character-defining qualities in his voice. But he definitely made the character his. It was very impressive. Next is Anne Hathaway voicing the last female blue macaw, Jewel. This is the sort of part that you'd think could be played by any actress with a pretty sounding voice. But I've said it before, if you get Anne Hathaway, you get the whole package. I was once again very impressed with her voice performance. She brought a lot of little things that only she can bring to a film. She and Eisenberg made a great couple, even with just their voices. George Lopez voices a toucan named Raphael in the film. I'm a fan of Lopez's stand-up. Not so big on his show, but I have to admit I do really like his voice acting. He's such a character as it is that this sort of thing is perfect for him. I really like the way he portrayed this character. He wasn't really the comic relief, he was more of a mentor, and his voice really lent itself well to that kind of role. He was just a great and essential character. Next is Jermaine Clement, who you may know from Flight of the Conchords or this summer's Dinner for Schmucks. Clement plays the evil and cold-hearted cockatoo Nigel. I loved everything about this character. He was funny, but he was scary at the same time, but not too scary. I kept thinking of Scar from The Lion King as a good comparison. The way Clement played this character was sinister and slimy and dark, but still so funny. Lastly, I'd like to talk about will.i.am and Jamie Foxx as Pedro and Nico respectively. I put them together because their characters were always together, and they sort of acted as two sides of the same coin. They were the first bird friends that Blue met upon arriving in Rio. They had larger-than-life personalities and were just always ready to party. They were the source of most of the funny bits and easily my favorite characters. And the two of them had excellent chemistry. And I love animated movies, I don't even have to move. So I'm gonna start off by saying what I didn't like about this movie. Give me a second. You know, come to think of it, there really wasn't a whole lot I didn't like about it. Nothing really worth mentioning. Just a few little obscure plot points, but as you can see, they really bothered me. It was fantastic on all levels. It's the same animation studio that made Despicable Me, Horton Hears a Who, and the Ice Age franchise. I liked their films because they have a weird and different brand of humor, which I think is the #1 thing they have over all other animation companies. But put that with this fun story, great character design, a few musical numbers, and some of the best voice acting I've seen in a major motion picture for a long time, and you get one fantastic and wildly entertaining animated film. I really found myself not wanting it to end. In conclusion, I would like to give Rio a 10 out of 10. This is a great movie for all ages. It's just an all-around feel-good movie, with something for everyone. So that is it for this week's edition of Talkies. Signing off for FingerLakes1.com, my name is Alex Sinacropi, and what I really want to do is direct. I'll see you guys later.